there, and welcome to Talking to the Dead. I am Janet Kubik, and I'm coming at you again today from a place of the unknown. As I've said many times before, I tend to step into these podcasts without really having any sense of direction in terms of where we're going to be going throughout the conversation. And today is no different. It's pretty much kind of like all the other days, where I really don't have a clue, and already Spirit, hold on, is stepping in. Just before we got started, I did hear the statement, "Here we go," which is new for me, and I'm not entirely sure who that was or what they were implying, but looks like we're getting started already. So give me a half a second to just get centered here and see if I can hone in on what messages are coming forward for us at this time. A whirlwind indeed. So much is transpiring for you all at this time, my loves. I'm not sure who this energy is. I'm going to see if I can get some more clarification on that. She's giving me celebrity vibes. Somebody that we all know, she says. I can't quite place who she is, but as opposed to sort of a guide type of energy or a personal person for me, it feels like this is somebody that we all might know. I'm getting Lucille Ball, which is crazy. Totally admire her as a comedian and celebrity of time gone by. So that's the vibe that I'm getting. To be completely honest with you, I'm racking my brain right now trying to figure out if she's actually passed or if she is still alive. And I can't seem to think clearly. I can't get an answer, and she's telling me it doesn't really matter. And she says, "You've probably told them all this before, but you need to share it with them again, my love." She likes to say my love. That's interesting. That it's not about whether we are here nor there or wherever we are. We are all one. We are all energy, and we are all connected, and we are all of source, and we all have the ability to communicate with each other. She said so many people refrained from chatting with me or approaching me when I was alive. So here we go. That sounds like she has passed, and walking in the physical world simply because they feared that I wouldn't want to talk to them because I had some sort of status or stature being who I was in the entertainment industry. She said, however, you all need to remember we are all the same. We are all one. Your neighbor, the person you're watching on TV, the news anchor, those in politics and who are governing your countries, we are all one. We are of the same energy. Some of us reflect a higher vibration energy, some of us a lower, but really we truly are all connected as one. Okay, taking a quick pause there. This is a lovely energy that I'm feeling. And again, it seems to indicate that she has passed. My ego self, Janet, is going, oh my gosh, what if she hasn't? And I'm making this up, or people are going to think I'm making this up. And she's just like, throw it out the window. None of it matters. She says, what matters is what comes from your heart. She says, and that's part of the whole message today, and why, my love, you are so confused. Because we're not here to give you clarity. We're here to give you guidance. We're not here to give you specifics necessarily today. We're here to share with you what's important, what's valuable for you in moving forward. And that, again, is to remember that we are all one. Whether our gifts lie in entertaining each other or one another, or in supporting each other in a variety of different ways, it's all valuable. Who you are, who you uniquely are, is so valuable. I am not more valuable than the rest simply because I had the gift of laughter, the gift of making people connect to their inner child energy and let loose and let go of the restraints that they were feeling in their personal lives. That was my gift. She says, but each one of you has your own gifts. And I'm here today to just encourage you all to please tap into those gifts that you have. Allow yourself to open up to them, to open them up to the world, be confident in them, and be willing to share. You don't all have to do it on national television, but each in your own way. Oh, and then there was a bit of a disconnect, a bit of a pause. I'm hearing Desi Arnaz. Is that right? Desi Arnaz is what I'm hearing, so I'm going to say it, whether it's right or not, because apparently, according to her, it shouldn't really matter. And I love that. I love that point that she's bringing across to us today. And it's actually taking me back now. They're looping me back to something that I did write first thing this morning in my notes on the phone. It was authenticity is a gift. Oh, and here we go. There's so much freedom when we decide to be or allow ourselves to be who we truly are. When we shed all the masks and all the layers and just simply let ourselves live as ourselves. It is the greatest freedom in the human experience. And once you can achieve it, you will live a life that is more fulfilled. A life that, yes, will always have ups and downs and bumps in the road, but that will be more peaceful because that peace will be coming from within you, from inside of you. You won't be looking outside for approval or confirmation or validation. It will all be coming from within inside of you. Okay, and another little pause. It's funny, I'm not sure if this is coming through or not to all of you, but I feel some sort of change in the way I'm forming the words. It almost feels like an accent of some sort. Again, I can't remember exactly how she spoke or the sound of her voice, or if this reflects her voice. But I am definitely noticing that as I'm saying things, it feels like I'm shaping words differently, and I have a bit of a different cadence than what I'm used to. And with that said, I am feeling a big shift actually in the energy. So deep breaths as per usual to ground myself and see where we're going with this, because it feels like a shift in gears, almost like we were talking about one thing and now we're going to kind of go in a completely different direction. It almost feels like that energy came through with what they wanted to share and have sort of now left. And as I want to say left, but at the same time, I am still sort of feeling that presence, but it's almost like they're stepping out of the spotlight and allowing something else to come forward and sort of end up more in the spotlight. I'm trying to get a sense of what the message is in what's happening. But it's a little bit unclear, to be perfectly honest with you. So I'm going to give myself a moment and see if I can figure it out. There's something about her children, and there's something coming in about legacies, leaving a legacy. She's saying a legacy is not about the money you leave behind or just a little catch in my throat there, which was interesting, or the archival videos is how it's coming across. It's about how you love. How you loved, who you loved. And that can be a small number of people, that could be a large number of people, and none of that really truthfully matters, because your love and the love that you bring into the existence is so powerful regardless. It's like there's no difference in the value of love if you've given it to many or to a few. There's no differential in the value of it, kind of unlike how we typically think like more is better or more is of a higher value. And this energy is sharing that that's not really the case. It's simply the matter of connecting with that love, the vibration of love and the sharing of love. And most importantly, love of oneself, she's saying. So this one's coming through in an interesting way. It's not necessarily different for me, but might be different from what we've done in the podcast before, where I'm not literally word for word channeling her necessarily. This is kind of a bit of a back and forth between she and I, this energy. It's not the same female energy, but it is a female energy. And it's almost more, this, I don't even think this is a word, but I'm going to say it anyway, conversive. It's more like she and I are having a conversation and she's sharing with me, and then I'm relaying what she's sharing, as opposed to me like honing in and literally word for word allowing her to speak through me. So again, another deep breath. There's a lot of this going on lately these days where the energies are just feeling very overwhelming. And as I'm connecting and communicating, there's a need to really just take these pauses and consciously ground my energy, take a breath, calm things down, because it does feel like there's just a lot going on. So we're going back into it here where she's wanting to talk again about the idea of loving oneself and how that truly is the most valuable, again, using the word vibration to be experienced. And the most, oh, this is interesting because I can almost kind of see what she's saying, but I don't have the words. Oh, contagious is kind of how it's coming across. Like it's the most contagious energy is the energy or the vibration, I think she's referring to, of love. I just see it spreading. It's kind of like when you see one of those maps at nighttime and you see it's like seeing a light go on and then all these different lights go on, kind of like at the time of night where all of a sudden just the lights start to naturally come on, as if you were watching that on a video screen and all of a sudden all these lights just started to light up all over the map. That's the visual that I'm seeing at this time. And again, she says it is, sorry, my pronunciation is very strange here, but she's saying that it is, again, the most contagious and the most potent is the word I just heard. The most potent vibration for shifting and changing the human experience in a positive direction. That vibration of love. She says it's not to say that there aren't a variety of vibrations or degrees or levels of vibrations in the experience, especially at this time. And she says, and always through humanity, it's the way it always has been here. But it truly is the most coveted, the most impactful vibration. It has the ability, even more so than the darker energies or the lower vibrational energies, although they're powerful and they do have an immense impact on the experience, the vibration and the energies of love and of light and of positivity or of a positive nature, they really truly far outshine these other energies in terms of their potency. So they're asking, and that's interesting, we switched to a they. They are asking that we really keep that in mind at this time and always as we're here in this experience. The more we can tune into and tap into and cultivate those positive, more higher frequency energies, the more we're supporting our own selves, as well as each other, as well as the existence itself. Somebody says it really is a game of energy, is how they phrased it. And the more we can begin to understand that as a collective, as a humanity, as people, the more we can incorporate that understanding, that knowledge, that awareness into how we function and how we live our lives as humans, the more success we're going to have in creating and facilitating a more pleasant, enjoyable living experience as human beings. Sorry for the abrupt pause, but that's literally just what happened. So everything just kind of stopped. It got quiet. They're coming back in again. They want everyone to know that it doesn't matter who you are or how you choose to cultivate these energies. It's like they're saying, look inward, because your heart knows, your inner child knows. Connect with what made you feel joy and excitement for the future when you were a child. That's an indicator, or the key, in fact, to what lights you up. And therefore, when you light your light up, it's like all these other lights light up. Again, back to that image that they explained earlier. And also now I'm seeing the image of a candle. So it's like when you light a candle and then you then pass that candle on to other people. You are lighting other people's flames. And they're saying you're not necessarily doing it because you're expecting them to find their light in the same way, shape, or form that you find yours, but because you're giving them permission, because you chose to shine your light, to ignite your light. You are then giving other people the permission to ignite theirs. So don't feel that your purpose work has to be about dictating to others how they should or shouldn't be doing things, what they should be thinking or how they should be feeling or how they should be lighting their own internal light. Simply do it for yourself, and then therefore giving them permission to do it for themselves as well, without judgment or expectation. Simply just with, again, the permission to allow that light to shine. She says, thank you so much for this opportunity to be with you all today. And then the energy just cleared out. I'm not entirely sure who that was. I do want to clarify that even though I'm not aware all the time of who these energies are specifically, it's very important for, I think, everyone to know that I have set boundaries within my relationship with the other side or the unseen, or however you want to phrase it, whereby I will only communicate and connect with energy that serves the highest good. So even though I'm not fully able to identify them by name or exactly their origin, I am confident that my guides are helping me, and my own boundary setting has provided me with the opportunity to connect with positive, loving energies. It's kind of like the image that I'm getting now is it's sort of like when you speak to someone on the phone and someone maybe in customer service who's helping you with something and they're sharing a message with you, but you don't necessarily ever know their name or who they are. But you've chosen to engage with them on that level. So that's kind of an interesting analogy. And I think it's feeling like it's coming forward because more and more people, more and more of you who are listening and watching this particular podcast are tuning into their intuitive abilities, are raising their conscious awareness, and are starting to open up to the idea of communicating with the energies within the unseen. And so I think it's a really important piece, at least it has been for me in my journey. And it was a little tough in the beginning because I had to figure it out myself. Even though I had people guiding me to some degree, there was still a lot of self-learning and self-exploration. And that is that we are in charge of our relationship and we can set those boundaries. So I personally am comfortable communicating with energies where, again, I don't specifically know their name, but again, have very specifically stated the types of energy or the frequencies of energies that I am willing and open to communicating with. So as I say that, I feel like I've been talking at lightning speed. I have no idea if that's true, but I am getting the wrap it up sign. So regardless of how long this podcast is today, I am getting the sense that this is all for today. So with that said, thanks again so much for checking in with me. I hope everyone is doing well, and I send you all love and light, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.